First, I'm going to cook rice and spinach and then cook eggs. After all, I'm gonna mix them all together. Add 1 cup of rice and 10 cups of water to the pot. Cook with low heat for at least 30 minutes until all the water gets soaked up and the rice will be very sticky. Make sure to stir occasionally and cover the pot for the last 10 to 20 minutes. As you can see, it gets really creamy and soft. Next is the spinach. I got this spinach, a fresh one from Whole Foods. Don't need to cut it, just rinse it and put them in the hot water and boil them until it gets soft, approximately 5 minutes or so. This spinach doesn't have a root, just leaves. They taste good too, but I much prefer ones with the root, the red ones. It tastes more juicy and has sweetness. Once the spinach is cooked, drain the water. Just to leave a little bit of water without draining all of it. In order to remove the root, put the spinach on the cutting board and then remove the red portion. In Japan, this spinach is a popular side meal. Just cool it off a little bit and then put the drizzle of soy sauce on it. It's called ohitashi. So I'm gonna blend this spinach. Uh, in order to blend it easily, add a little bit of water or the boiled water. Using the blender or baby food processor, blend it for 30 seconds or a minute or so until it becomes puree, or I would say spinach sauce. This spinach sauce is yummy. I can just eat it as it is. The spinach is ready. Next is eggs. I get these eggs from Whole Foods. They are organics and pasteurized, so very expensive. Boil these eggs in water until they cooked fully. It can take about 15 minutes or longer. Because these eggs are pasteurized, so technically it's okay to eat it as raw. But just for the babies, I don't want to serve raw food yet, so I want to make sure they are fully cooked. Until recently, I never purchased pasteurized eggs. I always purchased a regular one, like $3 or $4. But once I had these eggs, I could not go back because they taste very different. Very good. This time we're only gonna use yellow Yorks, not the whites. It's not because babies should not eat whites, just because Yorks has more nutritions. Once eggs are cooked, mix rice and spinach. I sometimes mix eggs and rice first and then add spinach. It doesn't matter, but in this video, I mix spinach and rice first. I use spoon to mix them, or if rice is not warm, I add it to the small pan and mix them all together. And spinach rice without egg already tastes good. I usually add egg yolk to the spinach and rice mix because egg yolk is a protein, and protein plus vegetable and rice is the perfect combo. For 7-month baby, I added just a half of 1 egg. So I cut the egg into 2 pieces and add only yolk. In order to do this nicely, first remove the shell and then using the knife chop it into two in my palm nicely, and then using a spoon scoop out the yolk like this And then the yolk is fully cooked, but it's not hard. It breaks down easily. So just use a spoon and break them down and mix with the rice and spinach mix. There are so many ways to cook eggs, but if I use oil or butter, I'm not sure if that's good for a baby. So boil the eggs first and then just take out the yolk and then mix with something else. And I found out that the yolk goes very well with spinach for some reason. Sometimes I cook a lot of spinach and rice mixture and put them in a freezer. I just defrost it and I'm about to mix with the egg yolk. For reheating and mixing all together, I use a very small saucepan I got from Amazon. It's called Kuchen Profi. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing correctly, but it sounds like it's a German product. It's very sturdy and it's 100% stainless steel. So what I do is put the mixture of rice and spinach into this small saucepan and then add the egg yolk and then mix them while I'm reheating. Spinach and eggs and rice, they are the perfect combination. And also I found a couple of more good combinations such as asparagus and rice and eggs yolk or broccoli, rice, and egg yolk, or green beans and rice and egg yolk. They are very similar, but each tastes very good. So just boil the vegetable first and then blend it, and after all, mix them all together with rice and egg yolk. The broccoli mixture becomes more sweeter than this spinach mixture, and asparagus one will have more asparagus flavor. So instead of adding 1 or 2 spoons of asparagus, just add a little bit of asparagus into the mixture. If I don't use a saucepan, just use the storage container. I mix the egg yolk and the mixture just using the spoon the same way. If the rice has more water, it's more watery and it's easier to mix. But the rice is a lot of watery and then it has less flavor of eggs and spinach. So I prefer less watery rice. But for a very young baby, like a 5, 6 month, I would add a lot of water when cooking rice. So add 10 cups of water for 1 cup of rice. For older baby, like 9 or 10 months, I only add 7 or 8 cups of water for 1 cup of rice. Okay, that's all. I hope this video was informational.